Alright, in today's video, I'm going to share some principles that will help you learn things and achieve relevant goals faster. The reason that I'm recording this video now is Monday night I had a really interesting conversation with someone where I'll give you the background, because one of the habits that I'm personally trying to form is once a month, or ideally once a week, I'd like to have dinner or lunch or coffee with someone that I really want to learn something from, because there's something in their head that I think has got them to where they are that I want to know what it is. If you guys would like to know how you could start doing that yourself, what I do is I just politely DM them and I say, hey, and I explain myself, I'm trying to build this habit. You're one of the people on this list that I'd really like to learn something from. I'm happy to cover for food, drinks, travel, and whatever you think an hour of your time is worth. So far, no one actually asked to get paid. They're happy with just like getting dinner, and then they end up also like, I'll buy them a drink and they'll buy one in reciprocity. So that's really nice too. Most people find it flattering, so just be polite, don't spam them or anything like that, and just most people are happy to. Everyone's favorite topic is themselves. Hence why I have a fucking YouTube channel. So they're going to be happy and very flattered if as long as you're polite. Cool. So there's 4 principles that I'm going to share so that you can set your sight on a goal and then learn all the relevant skills or attributes to move yourself there a little bit faster than you otherwise would if you didn't know these things. So the first one's fairly obvious, is have a clear goal. And the goal has to be SMART, which is an acronym. So S is specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, even though I wrote achievable on my notes here. R is relevant, and T is time bound. So an example of that is like, I want to lose 5%, I want to be like 12% body fat by 2 months time or something like that. That's measurable. Also have this incredibly expensive body fat scanning tool thing that my friend actually sold to me for really cheap. I didn't actually write it in my notes here, but one thing you can do is fear is actually a really good motivator. So start really thinking about and writing down what happens if I don't achieve this. It depends on what the goal is. So for example, one of my goals is all right, I want to learn JavaScript. I don't know why. If I don't learn, it's okay, you can't become a developer, which is really not the end of the world for me. So it just depends on what your goal is. Cool. So have a clear goal first. Now that you have a clear goal, principle 2 is have a strategic plan to get there. So some points I have here are, what are the non-negotiables that need to be prioritized? So it's if I don't do this, there is absolutely no way in hell that I'm going to achieve this goal. I'll put this in the context of the person I spoke with on Monday. So he said he had a strategic plan for everything. He even had a strategic plan for coming to dinner with me to just give me good answers. Essentially, to get his position, he had to go through a bunch of tests, and some of the tests are just really endurance tests, and then the rest are if you don't hit this time limit for this run, you're not going to be, you're not going to get in. So in his training, he prioritized making sure he could pass those things first. Cool. Now, 80-20 principle. So what's the 20% that you can do that will get you 80% of the way there? If you don't know the book 80-20 principle, it's a really long book, which is really ironic because you get it after the title essentially. And it's basically you get 80% of the benefit from 20% of the inputs. And they put it into the context of lots of different things. So for example, in a lot of university or high school exams, 80% of the test is on 20% of the content. 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your customers. It just applies to a lot of different things. So you need to find what's the 20% you can do that will get you 80% of the way there. So for example, if one of your goals is I really want to lose weight, well, just eat less food and move a little bit. Well, actually, you don't even need to move more. If you just eat less food than you burn in a day, you will lose body fat based on the laws of thermodynamics. All the other shit supplements and all these expensive stuff that fitness influencers sell you, that's not in the 20% that will get you the 80% of the way there. So very clearly identify what's the 20% of the work you can do that will get you 80% of the way there, so you can get disproportionate returns on your effort. Now, still talking under strategic plan, schedule things in. That means actually put it into your calendar and say, I'm going to do this at this time. What gets scheduled gets done, so just do that. Make the good things easy, make the bad things hard. So for example, if you want to read more, I don't know if you can see it in the background, but my bookshelf is right in front of my couch, so that when I'm looking at TV, at least I can look down and be and guilt trip myself a little bit and hopefully read more. Doesn't always work, but it does sometimes, and sometimes is better than never. Something that I learned under the make the bad things hard the other night from this guy, which I thought was so interesting, and I immediately wrote it down. The process that he had to go through to get his job, there was a lot of points where he would want to quit. It's very difficult. And so he spoke to a performance psychologist, and what that person suggested was prepare all of your negative talk, because there's going to be every moment you're going to want to quit. So write down everything that's going to go through your head, all the reasons why you could in the moment come up with a reason to quit, and then prepare a rebuttal for it. So let's say, for example, he was going through this process and he goes, I want to quit because I'm very, very tired. His pre-prepared objection to that was look around everyone else is fucking tired. It's not just you. Another really cool thing he taught me, which I didn't write down, but is coming to mind now, was he would just delay quitting by just small increments of time. And so go, okay, I really want to quit now. But you didn't quit the last 5 minutes. Just wait another 5 minutes and then you can quit. And then he'll get there and he'll go, I want to quit, but you didn't quit the last 5 minutes. You didn't quit the last 5 minutes before that. Just wait another 5 minutes. So that is a really important tool. If your goal is really, really difficult and it requires constant effort, that is one thing you can use. Principle 3, linking back to the measurable part of your SMART goal, is have a way to visually measure your progress, or at least your work, every single day. So for example, when I was like trying to lose a lot of weight, I built out like a Google Sheet dashboard where every single day I entered in my weight and it'll draw out a graph, and I could see like a trend line, and I could see, cool, like you're moving in the right direction, or you moved in the wrong direction this week. So have a way to visually map out your progress, because otherwise you're just going to compare yourself to like yesterday, but there's probably not that much change from yesterday. You want to compare yourself from like where you were at the start, and then essentially, ideally, if you could plot out a trend line of where you, and then see where you would be in a couple weeks time, that would be really, really cool as well. So have a way to measure your progress and kind of visually show it to yourself. If it's like a habit that you want to form or something like that, you could get like a habit tracker on your phone. I don't have any particular suggestions. Just search, find one that works for you. Number 3 is place yourself in the right ecosystem to succeed. So I've got 2 sub points under this. So find a mentor or people that have done it before you, and also surround yourself with content relevant to your goal. Now I'll talk about the find a mentor thing, or people that have done it before you first. So like I said at the start of this video, like I'm trying to find people that, I want to learn things from. So I just like find relevant people. I politely DM them. I offer to, if they're like a local, I'll offer to like pay for drinks, food, travel, even like whatever they think an hour of their time is worth. There's probably already someone in your network that you know that you can just like hang out with a little bit more. So if that's the case, then just, like hang out with them more. But yeah, if they're like a stranger, or they're like a little bit bigger, then just try DM them. Number 2 is surround yourself with content relevant to your goal. This is my favorite hack, so really, really pay attention to this one. Everyone complains about social media algorithms and how they just distract you all of the time, but they're just serving you what you want, so you can play it in your favor. The best way to do it is just go on YouTube, make a bunch of relevant searches to your goal, click a bunch of shit, and then just watch your recommended feed just turn into content relevant to your goal. Because if you don't do that, YouTube's just going to serve you what everyone else is watching and what you've watched in the past. So just give the algorithm the signals to go, hey, I really want to learn how to do this. And then it will go, all right, well, Brandon's clearly looking for this right now. Serve him more stuff to keep you on the platform. So at least, even if you are getting distracted, at least you're getting distracted with the right thing. And it doesn't even need to be like consciously paying attention to it. Also, what it does is it removes all the like other distractions and things like that. And if you are getting distracted by YouTube, you're getting distracted by at least the right thing. So yeah, just go on YouTube or like, I don't know, TikTok or whatever social media platforms that you're on, and just give it signals that you're trying to get into this content now. And it's going to want to keep you on the platform. So it's going to serve you more content relevant to that. 4th and final principle is just embrace being a beginner. Wait, is this my 4th one? 1, 2. Oh, this is my 5th one. I might have lost count. 5th one is embrace being a beginner. When you start, by default, because you have not done this before, this is going to be the worst that you have ever been at this thing. Now, that can seem daunting, but I want you to reframe it this way. This is the worst that you've ever been at this thing. Therefore, if you do literally anything, you will be in a bit better position than you are right now. People don't want to start things because they're not good at them yet. But if you just view this is absolutely rock bottom, so it's all uphill from here, bro. Think about like the first time that you like rode a bike. You fucking sucked at that thing, bro. But you kept doing it. Maybe you had training wheels. You had a strategic plan. Your dad had taught you how to do stuff. You had a strategic plan. And then eventually you're you can't forget how to ride a bike now, dude. So this is the worst that you'll ever be at this thing. View it that way and just see that it's all uphill from here if you just do anything. You stick to the plan. Actually, you don't even need to stick to the plan. If you just do anything, you'll move in the right direction. If you just do that consistently enough, then if with time, it's impossible for you to not least get closer to your goal. But if you stick to these principles, you'll get there faster. Have a nice day.